Good morning, traders. Welcome to StockCast. My name is Todd Derby, along with my co-host, James Mason. Good morning, James. How are we doing today?
Todd, good morning. I'm doing well. How are you?
Doing well. Today is National California Strawberry Day.
Yeah. So national overspend on some shit because that's how California is.
You know what the strawberry said when someone gave him a gift?
What's that?
Thank you very much.
Man,
that was for S. John for his Facebook post about the dad joke comments.
Oh yeah. All right, everybody. So currently pre-market S&P 500 is only down 3 points. The Dow futures are down 65 points. And I hate when the market is set up like this. Let's see. Hold on. Let me look at something. All right. So we'll start off with SPY. I'm just going to hit this quick. So here's the SPY, SPY on the daily chart. And you can see these daily candlesticks right here. And I mean, from a technical analysis standpoint, I'm kind of expecting the SPY to start getting some resistance right in this range. It's really hard to tell, but today's pre-market so far is really not that strong overall. So I'm curious to honestly see what's going to happen. I mean, we had this gap down right here in the early pre-market hours, but also too let me pull them up. Pulling up the U.S. 10-year yield. All right, so this bad boy is pushing up pretty nicely here, which in theory should pull the market down. But when the Fed comes in, they can properly, mark it up. And while this might be going up, lately they've been propping the market up to where the stock market is going up with it. And it shouldn't be like that, but it is what it is. And that's just what we have to deal with. So I'm actually a little, I was going to say concerned. I'm not concerned. I really don't give a shit. I just want to be correct in my trade. But kind of anticipating, to be honest, like a slight pullback today. Now, like you said, we had this early pre-market gap down right here. And we're also coming off of a decent run overall. So, selling off a little bit wouldn't hurt. And we know all the stuff that's going on, with all the macro events with Russia. Hell, China's about ready to get involved. They actually had significantly mobilized their artificial islands around Taiwan. I don't remember the timeline from what I was reading, but it happened rather quickly. So I would not be surprised if we don't see Taiwan get caught up in the crosshairs of something, maybe invaded. Who knows? And that right there will, oh, Jesus Christ. It will be bad. Nothing you can do but laugh at it. Shit.
Another concern today is going to be Powell speaks at noon today.
Man, I'll be honest. He talks too daggone much. Like I get so sick of him always talking because the market gets so jacked up when he speaks. And it's like flipping a coin when he speaks. Like you really don't know what the algos are going to do. They're going to go in both directions. It just makes it tough.
And he's going to be addressing his economic outlook is the title of his speech today. Actually, it's a busy week for the FOMC all week. Today is Powell. Tomorrow is Williams. And then Wednesday's the annual budget release and CPI numbers and crude oil numbers. And then Waller again speaks Thursday and Williams again on Friday. So this could be a weird week. The FOMC is busy this week.
Yeah. So I mean, we're going to say it again, guys. Smaller position sizes. I mean, that's really the only thing that's going to save your account. This market is so volatile, and we just have just so much weird stuff going on. And every time something adds to that mix, it makes things more challenging to trade. So,
well, I think the key is that, and we've talked about this many times before, is that take a small position so it allows you to scale in if you want to scale in, but also don't be afraid to take a profit or take a partial profit and get your maybe you're at a break even at minimum. So if you do ride or anything run, you're in the money or profits are what you're playing with versus your main capital. So you have to rethink your trades when Powell and his team are going to be speaking a lot this week.
Yeah. So coming out the gates, what I'm going to wait for is really the first 5-minute candle on the SPY. See what it does. I'm going to let it actually close, and I might take some puts. If it closes below that lower Bollinger Band line, I might take some puts, but I'll probably be pretty quick to start taking profits overall. Like so quick that I probably won't even put out an alert for it. The setup has to be there for me. I'm really just going to nail it and scalp it and get out. I mean, hell, it'll probably come down here to the low 443 range, bounce hard, and go create all-time highs or something. I mean, known in this market. So I'm not going to hold on to this for long. The sooner I can get in it and get out, make my move, I'll be happy. Hold on a second. All right, I just want to take a look at that. All right, so Todd, what was it? Ticker HUSN?
Yeah, HUSN, Hudson Capital.
All right, Hudson Capital. So they had some weak news this morning, and honestly, like, Todd, what was the news on that?
They got a freight app that they signed a deal, and they got a new customer in Mexico that brought them on board for it's called Freight Private Fleet product. Yeah, okay, cool, and it jumped up to $4, but the news was not strong. I actually bought short locates when the price was at $350. I did not get in the trade. I was looking for a little pop, so I may have spent $40 on 1,000 shares that may not get used. I'm not going to hop in now because I don't want it to bounce up to 350, 360, and I'm chasing it.
Yeah, the only thing, like, so I agree, like, the news is weak on this one, but there's a lot of people chasing it for whatever reason. I don't know, but looking at this daily chart, the share structure is all out of whack. With this split that just happened back in February, I believe. Yeah, February the 15th. Get it all out of whack where it's not officially fully updated on most data platforms, but the share structure is 12.6 million. And while that is a very low share structure, in a sense, I'm kind of conflicted here because, one, that's a very low share structure. Two, it is one of the top pre-market runners so far, but that news is so weak, and that's my main concern here. And potentially this could be a lot of shorts just covering. And with the shorts covering is making that push up, creating FOMO with retail traders. They're buying it, creating more volume. And this thing might just kind of get pushed back down a little bit. But there only being 12.6 million shares. If for whatever reason retail traders like this stock and want to hold on to it, I'm personally watching this thing at the break above 411. And that's only because we have this major gap right here. If we break above 411, this thing may have some potential to rocket up for a day trade. And if it wanted to get super wild, its next resistance, hold on, let me just double check right here. Yeah, its next resistance would be 779. I mean, you can see how far back I went on the chart. There's literally nothing. So this is one of those trades that if you're going to trade it, like, you have to be on top of it, both long and short. If you're short, well, you should probably have already shorted it by now. With this setup right here, this is a good signal in terms of it'll probably usually bounce somewhere, I don't know, in this range. It really just depends. I'm not a psychic. But if it does hold up right here, it might bounce, come up here and test this. Hell, it may test that 411. This is where it's going to get tricky and dangerous. So if you're not a skilled trader who can just sit at their computer and just trade this all day, if you're at work, I would avoid this like the plague if this setup actually breaks above 411. So with this pulling back so quickly like that, it may bottom out right here just momentarily, have a little bounce, come up here and test it, but it's going to get shorted. And they're probably going to try to come in and short it hard if it would come back up here, which would set it up for this weird little trade. And really it would just come down to who's going to dominate it, the bulls or the bears. And man, I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I'm watching above 411 because that break above 411 starts to enter that gap. And the bears might decide to cover if it actually does go that high.
Where did you get? I'm looking at the daily. I'm looking at the 4-hour chart. Where did you get the 411? How did you come up with that? And what time frame?
The daily chart on the gap down.
All right. Oh, okay. Thanks. I wasn't trying to be critical. I was trying to understand.
So, yeah, like if we start to get into this range, this is why I'm saying that, like, if you're going to trade this, like, you really need to be on top of this, like, watching this bad boy. Because if we get into that range, we need to see, and we need to just watch how the candles are flowing. We need to see if the bears are going to start covering. If the bears do start to cover, I mean, I can't speak in absolutes, but there's a good chance that retail traders are going to get super FOMO because they're going to see this massive gap right there. And they're going to be like, oh, it's going to fill the gap. And, well, if all the retail traders think that, well, then it probably will fill the damn gap. So that's what I'm saying. Like, that break above 411 is very critical. And there's going to be so many things that start to evolve and take place right in that range right there. Now, anything below that, for me, is a no-go. But that's not to say that it doesn't, like, break above 411 and, hell, it might go up to 412, 415. I don't know. It could get rejected there. This is why, you know what I'm saying, that you need to stay on top of it, and smaller position sizes just save you. You know, you don't ever know. You don't ever know if there's going to be somebody who has a massive fat account who likes to short and they got a lot of locates and they just come in and hammer this thing. So keep that in mind because people do it all the time. So that's just what I see for ticker HUSN. Now, again, guys, this is only a potential day trade. And when I say potential, the current setup doesn't look like it's going to happen, but I just have to keep my eyes on it. So,
yeah, with the pre-market high being $4 right now, the shorts will be looking to pile in between 380 and 410.
yeah, it's going to be iffy though around that 410, 411 range.
Well, like you said, if it breaks 410, and then it could have a start of a squeeze because they will have been piling in between 380 and 410.
Yeah. So guys, just, like I said, give yourself the time to be able to pay attention if this setup happens and if it's what you like and want to trade and whatnot. So let me run through the comments really quickly.
Yeah, we're 11 minutes out.
All right. Let's see. Gabriel, nice job on having an average in ticker MULN at $1.80. I think is pushing up pretty nicely.
Yeah, Gabriel, that's a real good job.
I think
Billy Mitchell's done well with MULN too. Also,
what's that?
Billy Mitchell's done well with MULN.
Yeah, I haven't seen any filings come out about them selling shares, but I mean, if they have a form effect in place, like they can sell shares until they're done selling shares. So we won't know until way later on or whenever they just get to the point that they need to update everybody. Now, I'm not 100% saying that they are, but something weird is going on with their share structure. And that's why I'm not even fooling around with it. If the share structure isn't functioning properly, I don't like to mess with it. Let's see. Dan, yes. Chinese Boeing 737 crash killed like 137 people. Let's see.
I told in our pregame talk, we talked about that there are a few bio stocks that are getting some small jumps, some little perkiness about them. So it'd be nice if we moved back into bio season and we started getting some bio runners on a regular basis. So that I'm not saying we're there, but it's starting to look like maybe we are moving in that direction.
IMPP. We spoke about this the other day. Let's see. Can't remember exactly what I said about it, but Jesus Christ, what is going on here?
They had an offering.
No, I'm talking about my chart.
Oh,
I drew that circle. Can't remember the why in it. Why I drew that. Let's see. Okay, well, whatever I said in the past about IMPP, chances are
it's coming true.
Well, I was probably looking at the bullish side if it broke above a certain range. I don't know. I'd have to go back and look. No, I could have been shitting all over it. Let's see. Oh, okay. This is looking at the daily chart. Refresh my memory. This is the one I was talking about. Now, granted, guys, we had an offering in this one. So what I'm gonna say is irrelevant now. But the other day when we were talking about it, I was talking about how these setups usually play out, where they'll push up the first time, it pulls back very hard down to that middle Bollinger Band line, kind of starts to consolidate. And you can see we started consolidating right here. And what I was saying was usually it will start to do this and then we'll have one more bounce. And what I do is kind of like measure that halfway range, and that's my target. Hold on. I measure that halfway range, and then I look at the candle that's making the most significant move under that halfway range, and then I'll just go underneath it. Because I was saying that, like, I wasn't going to trade this, but if this was something I would trade, I'd make sure I'd sell that crap before everybody else did right in there. So that's not going to happen. I mean, why they did an offering now, man, I don't know.
Probably to raise money.
Well, I mean, shit, they could have done that back here. I mean, they knew 2 weeks ago that they needed to raise money. So why they're doing it now at this range, man, I don't know. But I mean, yeah, who knows with some of these CEOs and CFOs? I mean, shit, GameStop let their shit go all the way up to $500 and they didn't do a damn thing. And then it went all the way down. And then he was like, oh, we're going to sell some shares.
I think part of it is that sometimes they don't have their paperwork ready to go, and the stock makes a move, and they don't have the ability to sell share because they don't have their offering. They haven't dotted all their I's and crossed their T's yet.
Man,
which is sloppy business, but I think that happens.
Yeah, but yeah, if you're long in IMPP, man, it's gonna be tough to get out of this one.
Just for fun, take a quick look at Tesla. You don't have to break it down, but I just find it interesting that it wasn't long ago this was trading under $700, and we're looking to test 950 this week.
Man, I'll tell you, this market, what a great time to be alive.
I mean, and we could say the same thing about SPY with everything going on. Just it
looks like SPY. I mean, literally, it's almost the same setup. Like
it trades in partner with SPY.
Yeah, so there's Tesla on the daily. Here's SPY. Literally, like it's almost the same.
Yeah,
like, look at that. So Tesla is coming up to that resistance as well, right there, around that 86 EMA range. So this will be interesting to see what it does. We do have a true resistance right here at 950. Well, to get technical, about 970. We do have a little gap to fill right here. But yeah, so let's see what's going on in the comments.
Josh Lamerson's got a good one. Stock surges that are too busy out picking the Lambos to make business decisions.
Must be what Bob and Mel's doing.
And on that note, we're less than 5 minutes to the market.
Yeah, so all right, everybody. Remember, trade safe, trade smart, and we will catch y'all in the next one.